Hey guys, welcome back. It's that time of year when we all get into the holiday spirit, and what better way to do that than by creating an epic Christmas village. In this video, I'm going to share with you really some great and easy tips to take your Christmas village to the next level. So I have a nice little mini series here of 3 videos that I'm going to be taking you through to get you ready for that Christmas village setup this year. And I just really hope you stick around because my Christmas village display this year is just going to knock your socks off. I'm so excited to share it with you, and that will be in video number 3. So let's get started today on 7 tips to making and creating an epic Christmas village. Tip number 1 is going to be creating elevations. And so this is really key to making a good Christmas display. And you can do this in different ways. So I would recommend that you collect foam from across your packaging that you get in the mail, or anything that you would buy is larger and it comes in packaged with foam around it. I would suggest that you save those foam inserts because you can use those in your Christmas village in multiple ways, and elevations is just one of the many ways that you can utilize these pieces. Now these elevations, you can also buy them from Michael's, but it's the same exact thing that you're going to have if you just save them, and you can recycle those for a new cause. And they're quite expensive. I think they're actually like $24 or something like that just for one package of elevations, and it's the same thing. So make sure that that's something you're on the lookout for. Another idea for you when it comes to elevations is you can use things like books or even boxes, and then you can just cover them with a snow blanket so that you don't recognize what's underneath. And this is going to be for those who don't go into kind of elaborate setups that you can do with foam, because you can really create some nice dimension and scenes if you do something like that. But there's multiple ways to get those height variations, and you want to remember this is going to add a realistic feel to your village because towns and cities are rarely flat. So this is going to give it a lot of interesting appeal and a little bit more visually stimulating display to look at. Now tip number 2 is going to be setting the scene. And so this is going to be a really big game changer for a lot of people in their Christmas village, is taking some sort of backdrop, whether that be a photography backdrop and or a tapestry that you can order off of Amazon. I can link you in the description a couple nice ones as well as the ones that I have used, and these are really a lot of fun because they're going to add scenery to the backdrop of your Christmas village and just take that up another level. That added level of realism can really transform the overall look. One of the things that I would recommend too is especially if you go with like a starry night sky, you can even add lighting effects to the backdrops to give it even more drama. So whether or not you want to add lights behind to have the twinkling star effect, or add lights over top, which are going to give you more of that shop look, as if you had lights hanging on the house, for example. So those types of things are going to be really adding a lot of visual interest. And a backdrop can transform the entire look and feel of your village. Whether it's a snowy mountain range or a little village street or starry night sky, a well-chosen backdrop can really enhance the ambience and make your village really truly magical. And you can see here with my backdrop, this is another place that yet again I utilize foam to blend my backdrop into my scenery by using the foam to just create these like mountain range type looks into these hilly pieces. And these are all just foam sheets that I have gotten out of packaging materials. Tip number 3 is going to be creating scenes. And so this is going to be a little bit more specific if you have a larger Christmas village set, but it is really magical if you can create scenes that are themed in your Christmas village. So for example, if you wanted to create a cozy little winter cabin look, or a Christmas market, maybe a North Pole workshop, maybe a city center theme, or in my Christmas village I even have a little snow carnival festival. And so this anything that you can think of that is a theme is a lot of fun, because it helps create a story. And when you're looking at the Christmas village and you see the story that's unfolding, that is what really makes it a lot of fun to look at and very special. It's all about the storytelling, and this is a good way to tell a story. Tip number 4 is to add motion. And so I love to do this with pieces, especially that move. Those are always have been my favorite. The hot air balloon that goes around, or the Disney pieces with the rotating trees. I always have been drawn to the pieces with movement. But also, I think that trains really add a nice feature to a Christmas village. I think that maybe it's because Polar Express is one of their favorite movies in this household, but the trains really add a fun effect. And for my village, I actually add several trains, and I do this by adding different elevations in the scenes that allow the trains to be stacked one on top of another. This is a really fun way to add in motion to your scenes. Motion is such a great way to keep your viewers engaged when looking at your Christmas village, and also just that animation of the scene can really bring it to life and add that Christmas magic. Tip number 5 is it's all in the details. And so it is really important to remember the small details when looking at a Christmas village, because often you're going to have viewers get very close to your village and spend a long time looking at that. And I think for myself and my family, that's actually one of the best parts, just kind of sitting and looking and letting your eye capture all the different things that you might not have seen before. And that's why the details are so important, because they're going to be what bring the scene to life in the most absolute realistic way. And when you have small people and accessories that complement that scene, that's really going to add that special touch, because it's going to be all part of that storytelling that you're creating. And so you can see, for example, on my piece, we have the wreath shop, and we created the DIY last year where we added the wreath stand next to the wreath shop. So just these small little things that, when we add the people in there into that location, they're the ones that are going to be selling the wreaths. When you have your church set up, then you have the choir people that are standing out front of the church singing. And so all of these kind of touches help create that story. And again, that's what brings in the magic to your piece. And tip number 6, I want to give you some great tips on how to get pieces for your Christmas village. And so to start off, some of you may look at a Christmas village like the one that I have and think that's large, or maybe not even as large as the collection that you have. But you might feel like, I would really like to start a Christmas village, but I don't know where to start. And when you only have a couple pieces, sometimes you can feel like, I want to create a scene, but I don't have that many pieces. So here are a couple good tips and some things to keep in mind when you're creating and purchasing for your Christmas village. So first of all, you want to think of your Christmas village as a long-term type of investment. This is something that you can give to your children to, keep in the family for multiple generations, if your children are into it, of course. Mine are most definitely just in love with the Christmas village. So I hope that, once they're adults, that they want to take a couple pieces to their home and continue that tradition with their children. And that's why sometimes gifting Christmas village pieces is a lot of fun. For us and our family, for example, my mom always gets us a Christmas village piece for Christmas. And so that's something to think about. This is a good gift for you to share as part of the tradition of your Christmas time event. Now, next to gifting pieces for your Christmas village, you can also think about getting a piece as a special memory for yourself each year. So each year having it be a tradition where you go out to the stores or a special shop and you find the piece that you really want to add to your collection that year. And by doing that, you really create a special collection that you invested into each year. Now, if you want to create a larger collection quickly, my best advice for you is to wait until after the Christmas season, and that is typically what I do. I usually buy Christmas things after the season's over, and that is when things go on a steep discount and you can get amazing deals, especially in the US. I'm not sure how it is in other countries, but in the US, a minimum of 50% off the day after Christmas. Things go on sale, and it's crazy to go shopping after Christmas. It's actually my favorite. So I know I'm one of those crazy people, but it's just so much fun, and it's so just unbelievable the deals that you can get after Christmas time on Christmas items. And so that's part of my tradition, and it's actually a lot of fun when you get these things, because I don't open them after Christmas. I wait until the following year, and so when you're unpacking your boxes and you see all the things that you found from the year before, it's literally like Christmas has come early, because you just feel like you're opening Christmas presents. So it's a lot of fun, and so I recommend that you take a look after Christmas for those big deals. And for my last tip, guys, I'm going to go back to that foam packaging, because there's another point I would like to make on that. Save your foam packaging from displays for multiple things. So for elevations, but also you can make very cool DIYs from that. So certain types of foam that are easily broken up, those can create really cool snow features. Sheet type foam, you can create really cool mountain features, and just mountain range backdrop type things. You can use foam to create some really awesome DIYs for your village. So I have in my next video where I'm going to be showing you scene DIYs where I created a carnival piece out of a piece of foam, and so that's going to be a lot of fun to show you how I did that. So there are many things that you can repurpose foam for in your displays, so make sure to save those. If you're looking for foam and you just have not been saving them and you're looking for something like that, you can actually go to stores like Home Depot or Lowe's, or especially stores like an RV store where they use a lot of large foam packaging in bringing those RVs and stuff into the shop. They will have a lot of that you can just ask them, and they're good. They have it to go out for the trash, and so you can get really large pieces and for free. So that's a great way to acquire a lot of foam for your projects as well. So there you have it, 7 easy ways to create an epic Christmas village display. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, these tips are going to help you take your display to that next level. If you found this video helpful, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more holiday decorating ideas. I hope that you join me next time, where we're going to be going through some DIY scenes that you can create, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.